What's up guys, and welcome to Myth Busting Mondays episode 65. This is the show where we bust the myths that you guys leave in the comment section below. So if you have any myths you would like to see featured in next week's episode, all you've got to do is leave those in the comment section right now or at the end of the video, and we'll see which ones get featured next week. We are aiming for 3,115 likes on this video, guys. We've got so many amazing myths for you guys today as well, so let's get on with the first myth of today's show. So this first myth has been sent in by Chia, and they ask, myth, if you use the EM3 Ballista F&F card during the boss fight, do the 3 sniper reticles auto aim on the alien's chest plate or his head? Pizza emoji. Now you guys know that this Fate and Fortune card is actually a common Fate and Fortune card. Anyone can use this, you don't have to get it out of supply drops, and it's called the EM3 Ballista, and that is the weapon that it gives you for a full 60 seconds. Now with this weapon, when you normally aim down sight, you see with the reticle that it auto aims towards the zombies' heads or around their neck area, so it deals the most damage. But what happens if we actually aim this at the alien? Do you think it's going to go on the head? Do you think it's going to go on the chest plate? Now we know that the chest plate indicates how much health the alien has left, so I would assume that, but let's check it out, guys. So as you see right here, dudes, we do have that EM3 Ballista out, and if we zoom down the scope right looking at the alien, we see that these actually go towards their chest. It doesn't really go on the head at all, so this then indicates, even though we know that the health is actually located on its neck itself, that's its health bar, that is also the place that deals the most damage on this alien. So if you guys are going into the alien boss fight, you've definitely got to aim your zap guns at its neck. Try and get the direct hits on that chest plate, and it should be able to kill the alien a lot faster. But thank you so much to Chia for sending that in. You are absolutely awesome, and let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by Juan Morales, and he says, myth, if you activate the disco trap and put a boombox on the floor, would the zombies go to the boombox or the trap? Now you guys know that the boombox is kind of like the new monkey bomb inside of Zombies in Spaceland, where if you place it down, all the zombies will run after that boombox instead of going for you. And the exact same thing happens with the disco trap. If you turn on the disco trap, all the zombies go towards the dance floor, and then they instantly get killed by the laser beams coming out of the disco ball. But which one is more powerful when it comes to distracting the zombies? Is it going to be the disco trap, or is it going to be the boombox? So let's check this out. So right now I've got a boombox in my inventory, and I'm hoarding up a load of zombies, taking them into the arcade. Now, as soon as I'm going to go into that arcade, I'm going to drop that boombox down and then going to turn on the disco trap, and we can see what is going to happen. So there we go. The boombox is down right there. All the zombies are being distracted, and I've turned on the disco trap right there as well. So all the zombies still seem to be around that boombox, but there is a few still going for the disco trap as well. So maybe they're not all going for one thing. It kind of like the zombies that are closest to that thing, they will go for that thing. So the zombies that are closest to the boombox, they're going for the boombox, and the zombies closest for the disco trap, they're going to the disco trap. So it's not like the monkey bomb. Not all zombies go after it, but it's the zombies that are closest by, which is really good to know. So we can't just place a boombox down in one area and go and revive our friend in another area, because if that happens, we'll probably end up going down, because the zombies won't be distracted where our friend is down at that time. So it's good to know that, but it's also bad in the sense that it's not as good as a monkey bomb. But you know, dudes, it's not Treyarch Zombies, but hopefully it does get better in time. I know you guys are enjoying this map so far, but fingers crossed the next DLC is going to be amazing. But thank you so much to Juan sending that in, dude. You are absolutely awesome. Great myth there, dude. And let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by Vinny Koro, and he says, can you get back into the boss fight after you escape it using the teleporters around the map? Now you guys saw in last week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays that we were actually able to escape the boss fight in Zombies in Spaceland by using the rewind grenade. So we ran into there, clicked the rewind, and we were straight back out again, just like this. But can we now go and use the teleporters and use the teleporter to get back into the main boss fight, even though the teleporter is normally offline in that room and doesn't allow you to go into the Pack-a-Punch area? Now the answer to this is no, dudes. All the teleporters, for some reason, as soon as you start that boss fight, they are all offline. Like, I can activate the traps, I can activate anything, I can buy weapons, I can use the mystery wheel, I can buy perks, but I cannot at all turn on any of the teleports. It's really, really weird glitch right there, dudes, but I like what they were thinking. Just in case anyone managed to make it out, there's no way of teleporting you back in, but there is one way of getting back into the boss fight, which means that you just got to run all the way around the map and then go down the slides right near the Kepler system, and that will get you straight back into the map. But there is some glitches associated with that as well. When I went back into the map, all the zombies seemed very, very powerful, like really strong zombies, and I couldn't really kill them as easily as I would normally do. So maybe there's a glitch associated with actually getting back into there after you escape, but I don't know. But thank you so much to Vinny for sending that in, dude. That is an amazing myth, and no, the teleporters cannot be used during the boss fight. But let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So this next myth is unbelievable, and it also comes from another guy that was in last week's episode as well. So Ari Bones, you've been featured 2 weeks in a row. Are you going to make it number 3? What is your amazing myth for next week? But this week, Ari Bones has said, myth, if you use escape routes, then use rewind, what would happen? Pizza emoji, pizza emoji, pizza emoji, little controller. So let's go and find out what will happen, dudes. You guys know by now that escape route is a new fate and fortune card inside of Zombies in Spaceland, which does the very, very same thing as what Anywhere But Here used to do in Black Ops 3 Zombies. So it would teleport you to a safe location around the map. And we also know that the rewind grenade is a grenade that manages to turn back time around 5 seconds, and that is what we use to escape the boss fight. But what happens if we use escape routes and then use rewind? Is that then going to make us teleport to somewhere and then we get back to where we started from? Or is it just going to do nothing? Here we go. So I'm going to be hitting that F&F card in 3, 2, 1... boom, and there we are, guys. So let's rewind, and boom, yes, dudes, it actually does work. That's amazing. So yeah, we can actually rewind the teleportation that FNF card actually gives us. So we were located right near Pack-a-Punch, it teleported us to spawn, we used rewind, and then we were straight back over near the Pack-a-Punch area again. That's unbelievable. Thank you so much to Ari Bones for sending that in, dude. I can't believe that. What else can we do with this rewind grenade? It seems like definitely the best thing for myths at the moment is definitely this rewind grenade. We managed to escape the boss fight, we managed to go back teleportations. What else can we do with it, dudes? Let me see some more rewind myths for next week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays. Thank you so much to Ari Bones for sending that in, and let's get on to the next myth of today's show, guys. So this is a really cool myth as well, guys. It's actually made me really intrigued for around a few weeks now, and I've just not had time to get around to doing it, but this has been sent in by HZRDX Reaper, and he says, what happens when you go down with quick revive without opening the first door? Now, you guys know that the first door inside of Zombies in Spaceland takes you towards Pack-a-Punch, right? And whenever you go down in Quick Revive, you get sent to the Afterlife arcade, and then it spawns you next to the Pack-a-Punch. So, can you be locked in the Pack-a-Punch area if you go down in the starting room? I've never seen anyone do this, even though I really should have done because of first room challenges and stuff, but I've not seen it yet. So, let's try this out, dudes. So, as you see right now, guys, I am in the spawn room, and I've got the power turned on, so I'm going to buy up an atom. So, there we go. I do have open atoms right now, guys, and as you see right there, the door is not open either, so we can't escape. There's no way of us getting out. Let's kill ourselves. What's gonna happen? Boom, we are down. Now we've got to go inside of the Afterlife arcade. Let's run through the door. Is it gonna take us to Pack-a-Punch or the spawn room? Boom, spawn room, dude. So no, you cannot get trapped in that Pack-a-Punch location, but that is really, really cool, and I like that myth. It's always cool to know those little things, right? So if you are in the spawn room, you are going back to the spawn room. If you open that door, you will go to the Pack-a-Punch location. That's really awesome. Thank you so much to HZ for sending that in, dude. You are a legend. And let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So here is another rewind myth for you guys today, and this was being dropped in by Dr. Monty right here. Coming back from Revelations, Dr. Monty is wanting to leave myths over on Zombies in Spaceland, and he says, myth, can you use rewind to get back into the Pack-a-Punch after you leave? Now, you guys know that the Pack-a-Punch has a 30-second timer on it, right? So when you go into Pack-a-Punch, you have 30 seconds before you will be ejected from that room, even without your weapon. So if you place in your weapon in the Pack-a-Punch room with 4 seconds remaining, you are not getting that weapon back. It will get stuck inside the machine, you'll be teleported out, and you will lose that weapon. But what happens if we get teleported out of that room where the 30 seconds is up, and then we click the rewind button? Can we get back inside the Pack-a-Punch forever? I don't know. Let's check this out, dudes. So we're currently inside that Pack-a-Punch room right now, and that timer is ticking down. 5, 4, 3, and we are going to be dropping that rewind as soon as it teleports us out. Are you ready? Goodbye, says the sign. And we are out. Rewind, rewind, rewind. No, dude, it's literally not letting me click anything. I can't click anything at all. It's just not even letting me do it, dude. I feel like it took the rewind grenade off me. That is really, really weird. Did not even have a rewind grenade there. That is ridiculous. So when I exited, you saw that I had the rewind grenade. I used it and it didn't send me anywhere. That's really, really, really strange, dudes. I could not even go anywhere, even back into the Pack-a-Punch, but whatever, I don't even care. It's only the Pack-a-Punch room. But that's awesome, dudes. Thank you so much for sending that in. At least we know that it is now one thing confirmed busted that doesn't work with the rewind. Everything else we've tried with rewind works, except from that one right there. Maybe we need to try this with a transponder on next week's episode. So if you guys want to leave that in the comment section below right now, one of you guys will get picked for next week's episode to see if we can use a transponder and then use rewind to go back through the transponder's porthole. But thank you so much for sending that in, dude, and let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So this next myth is pretty darn cool as well, and it's been sent in by Bits Amplified, and they say, myth, using the Get Packed Fate and Fortune card, can you upgrade your weapons by collecting them from the Lost and Found for 2,000 points? Now this FNF card should allow you to buy any weapon, and it should come Pack-a-Punch. So it's very similar to War Power from Black Ops 3, where you could go up to a weapon, buy it off the wall, and it would instantly be Pack-a-Punch. But can we do this with the Lost and Found? So you guys know in Zombies in Spaceland, you go down, you go into the Afterlife arcade, you come back into the game, and then you can go back over to the Lost and Found and collect the weapons you had before you went down. But can we use this Get Packed Fate and Fortune card to allow our weapon that we lost to actually be Pack-a-Punch when we get it back? So let's check this out, guys. So you can see right now I've got the Get Packed Fate and Fortune card. I'm going to down myself right there, and then I'm going to go into the Afterlife arcade. Let's exit through the doorway, and my weapon should now be inside that Lost and Found. Yeah, there we go. So we had the starting pistols originally, but we want to see if we can get the upgraded starting pistol by using this Get Packed. So let's activate the Get Packed Fate and Fortune card right now. Let's get our stuff back from the Lost and Found. No, dudes, it's just the normal starting pistols back again, so we don't get to Pack-a-Punch it using that Get Packed. And I buy the Hellstorm right there as well, and you guys can see that the Hellstorm that I bought off the wall is now Pack-a-Punch. So it's not the Fate and Fortune card that doesn't work, it's the fact that it came out of the Lost and Found. But thank you to you for sending that in, dude. You are a legend. That was a really cool myth. We definitely had to figure that one out. And let's get on to the final two myths of today's show. So the final two myths of today's show, guys, are all about freezing the alien boss. Now we have two types of freezable weapons inside of this game. We have the cryo grenades that you can buy off the ticket counter inside of the arcade, and you also have the Forge Freeze, which you can also get from the ticket counter in the arcade. Now we can also Pack-a-Punch that Forge Freeze as well, which I will be doing, and we can find out that as well. But the first one we're going to be starting off with right now has been sent in by Polar Clan, and they say, myth, in the boss fight, can you use the cryogen grenades to freeze the alien? Pizza emoji, and then multiple pizza emojis. Thank you for sending that in, dude, and let's go and check this out. So right now, we are in the boss fight, we have the cryogen grenades. Let's check out if this actually works right now. So, I'm gonna throw it at the alien, and dude, you know what? That looks like it actually did something, but I kind of feel like it did 0 damage at all. And it definitely didn't freeze the alien, but it definitely looks like it did something. So let's try this again right now. Let's throw another one at this alien. Let's see one more time. What's going to happen, dudes? Cryogen. Boom. No, dudes, it doesn't look like the alien can be frozen, but it does also look like it does at least some type of damage to the alien at least. But let's go and check this out with the Forge Freeze, which is being sent in by Scorpion CZX, and he says, myth, can you freeze the alien with the freeze gun that you can buy with the tickets? So we can go and check this out with the Forge Freeze right now, because I am in the boss fight with the Forge Freeze. Let's see how this does on its own. So let's fire this at the alien. Let's see. He's definitely not being frozen, and honestly, it doesn't even look like it's doing any damage at all. So to pump this up a little bit, dudes, let's use the Super Minuteman FNF card so we get a Pack-a-Punch Forge Freeze, which is called the Popsicle. And we can try and use this on the alien, considering we're not actually supposed to be up to this point with this weapon, because you can only get this after you beat the alien. So let's check this out, dudes. The Pack-a-Punch Forge Freeze or the Popsicle on the alien, and no, it doesn't work. So no, at the minute, it looks like the only thing that really does damage that alien is the zappers, the zap guns, or the wonder weapons from the Easter egg. The Forge Freeze doesn't seem to be working. The Cryogen, I think the Cryogen really did work a little bit, but they definitely didn't freeze the alien. So no, we can't freeze the alien on Zombies in Spaceland. But thank you to absolutely anyone that sent in any myths this week. You are all legends. If you do want to be featured in next week's episode of Myth-Busting Mondays, just make sure you leave your myth inside of the comment section right now, and also click that like button if you haven't done already. We'll aim for 3,115 likes on this video. You know how we do. And that's it, guys. That is the end of Myth-Busting Mondays episode 65. Thank you so much for coming out, guys, and I will see you in the next video or the next live stream. Thank you so much for watching, dudes. Click that subscribe button to become the latest member of the Pizza Club, and peace out, dudes.